Can the SEC XRP case really be over, and will the Fed announce news to keep the markets rallying towards that upside? Well, that and much more to figure out here within the Arca Bulls channel. Welcome back, everybody. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple things here, guys. I want to show you this right over here, right? Take a look at this. Financial markets are overwhelmingly betting the Fed will hold its benchmark federal funds rate at a range of 4.25% to 4.5%, which was pretty much the same as it was in January. Okay, guys, so one of two things can happen here, right? The Fed announces that they are going to actually, a few things can happen here. Say the Fed announces that they can, completely adjust the rate cut, right? So they would give us a rate cut. Well, the markets like to hear a rate cut. Well, if we say, for example, increase the rate, well, I don't think there's a likelihood in that, right? But anything can happen. We're not here to guess what Jerome Powell is going to do, but that can capitulate the market essentially. And the other thing that can happen here is that they can keep the range like they did in January, right, guys? So that's saying here that the markets have already, in a sense, have in a sense, my goodness, English and I are not agreeing today, have in a sense priced that into the risk on assets and everything else, right, guys? Now we know Bitcoin is essentially it is susceptible. It is pretty sensitive to the information, to the macro data that comes out, specifically things of the Federal Reserve, right, guys? In fact, it's one of the biggest catalysts that we can kind of observe today. Now, we're not quite out of the woods just yet. Yes, we do have the interest rate decision coming in Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, right, guys? But that is also it's also going to actually, let me see. Yes, we are actually going to have on Thursday the initial jobless claims, guys. So that's even more data that we would have to kind of watch out for. Well, yes, granted, the Fed is going to give us this guide, this forward guidance tomorrow. And then at least we can be able to determine what direction the markets can go in. Okay, guys. So it's very important for us not to guess what the Fed is going to do. Okay, guys, because I do think that if they, for example, give us a rate cut, I do think that the price action overall, no matter, if it's bullish, right? No matter the bullish, it may actually capitulate real quick on a shakeout and then continue on its upward trajectory. So, are there signals in the chart to suggest that? Well, maybe not in the chart, or you know what, maybe so, but I do have something else to show you guys right up here, right, guys? So this is, I think his name is Anthony Scaramucci, right? I believe that's what his name is, and it's a person that is heavily connected in the crypto community, and I want you guys to hear what he said here, right? Because I think that this may be some type of indication that the SEC and Ripple case could be considered over. Well, I don't know. You let me know in the chat. Check this out, though.
So let's take him out of the equation then. We have Atkins at the SEC, right? Likely. And we've already seen now what the SEC is doing. We're recording here on Thursday, February 27th. And as we're recording, the SEC just dropped their case against Consensus. I don't know if you saw that, but in a week when they've also dropped against Robinhood, Uniswap, Gemini, Coinbase last week.
Ripple.
Yeah. That's right. So, we know that the SEC...
I'm hoping they drop the case against...
So, yeah, guys, that's what I mean here, is that Ripple was absolutely included in there, and there was no hesitation regarding that mention for Ripple being completely over. Well, I guess that's a very good thing. You know what I mean? So, if that's really the case, and we're coming up to completely end that, well, price action on XRP would, pretty much defy all laws, and then just completely rip towards an upside, and that would be, that would be infinitely amazing here, guys. So just kind of heads up on this. But if we are looking at the charts here, guys, we were talking about yesterday, observing this head and shoulders formation, which is typically a bit of a bearish one, right? And we also noticed that we were within an ascending channel, and that ascending channel paired alongside the head and shoulders did give us some downside targets, and we noticed here that the local targets would have been down to the areas of around 221.64 to about 216.89. Today we absolutely hit that 221, and price action essentially bounced here and resisted from some local resistance levels. Okay, guys. Now this is the question is will it continue to the downside? Well, I gotta say this too. In the immediate short term, I can't ignore the fact that it's also building this inverse head and shoulders formation, right, guys? And this would very likely be the neckline for it. So should it be that formation in line here? Well, then let's just go ahead and take a trend line just like that, right, from that neckline on top all the way to the very bottom side of that head, and apply that trend line to the right hand shoulder. And this would tell us that we would have a target, a price objective of roughly about the $2.38, right, which was already a resistance level that we were observing a few days ago, which is the area that we said that maybe, short-term pressures towards the downside based on this bearish play here. Well, that is kind of where price action is indicating for us to maybe visit. Okay, guys. And now not only that, but I am actually getting some bull signals right about here, right? We're already kind of buying in that, and then also coming into let's take a look at this, right? Here you go, right? So this is the Omega LITE, and this is giving us right here that the bear phase it's potentially over here, right, guys? So, some of these phases do last for a bit here. So this is your bear phase active, and this was just about 15th of March, 4:30 p.m., all the way down to the 17th of March, 12 a.m., right, guys? So this is what I mean. It's just that when it does fire off some of these signals, they kind of last for a good bit using a bit of a higher time frame here, but all good. Now, guys, you asked for it, and I absolutely am going to respond to you, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, guys. This is the Alpha 1 algorithm, and it's absolutely working the way that we wanted, and it's absolutely returning what we said it would return, guys, and we're very excited here. So what I'm going to do here is actually show you, because we just did a facelift on this. We gave it a huge upgrade, and now we have more user assignable settings within the input settings of this, guys. So what I want to show you here is that inside of the 7-minute time frame from the start of just about December, right, guys, this has been trading a massive amount of trades here. And these trades, just to show you what it did here in just about 3 months, right, this is the date here, right, December 9th to present day. What it did here, guys, is that it actually turned an account of, I'm going to show it to you, right, so you can just see it for yourself, man. So that would be an account of about $7,000. In the span of 3 months, it turned it into a 576.12% gainer of $40,331, guys. There's going to be in the Discord here on Friday a type of seminar, right, that Panda's going to be taking care of. He's going to be answering questions regarding the new Omega LITE and Omega algorithms, guys. So obviously right here we have more to do with the Alpha 1 indicator. So please make sure to get it at the top right, guys, because I'm going to consider here another few seats for those of you who are interested in getting this massive deal on this algorithm, guys. But enough of the shilling here, guys. Let's just go ahead and move on with the analysis here and find out what could happen here for the coming days. Now, remember, guys, it is not up to us to determine or guess what the Fed is going to say. It's not our job to do that. Okay, it really isn't. So if it is something that they're going to say that's very bearish, we got to be prepared for that. We got to be ever so willing to accept the potential downside, because we're not in the most bullish position here. But what I can tell you is that we actually could be. And now the reason why I say that is because we're inside of this bear pennant. Okay, now you're hearing it weird. Yeah, I know I said bullish, right? This is a bear pennant. So the bear pennant usually indicates continuation to the downside, right? Specifically when you have an upside on price like this, and then it comes down and it starts kind of converging within the triangle shape. That usually indicates continuation to the downside. But there is a detail here, right, guys? So that detail is actually located right in here. This area that penetrated that regression at the bottom side, that turns this play into a wolf on that triangle formation, right? So that means that the wolf is now a bullish play instead of the continuation bear play, right, guys? So this thing just got inverted here, and I am pretty excited about it because this would indicate continuation to the upside now that we have a wolf, and also we have this inverse head and shoulders. You are observing here what could be the possibilities of bullish buy formation, potential breakout. Okay, guys. So if that is the case, usually speaking, right, we tend to have these triangles break out at around 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle, and that would literally be located right where we are around now. So these are 8-hour bars here, so it's not going to print them really, it's not going to print them here fast. So in fact, I can almost bet here that I hope it doesn't really happen, right, guys? But it's always better for us to come down and get some further supports, pick up some bulls down there, and get this thing to ride out, right, guys? But yeah, there is a possibility here where price action can kind of come down into the areas of around 215 or 213, right? But still, it's just part of the convergence of this pennant. So should that be the case, guys, we can go ahead and start measuring some of these targets towards that upside, right, guys? So if we start, let's just say we start breaking out here around Thursday, right, guys, and that would be Thursday, like 1 a.m. Pacific time. This would be your first initial target here. Then we would measure the centermost area of the triangle to give us that second target, and then it would be the largest portion of the triangle here to give us that third target. Something like this, right, guys? So let's just go ahead and say that we were to break out here. First target to the upside is being indicated to be at 265.72. Very much confluent to that top side there. Now, the second target would actually be right about here, right about there. It's already confluent to a few areas here, right, guys? It would be all this here, too. So very, very interesting indeed right there. So let's just go ahead and put that target on that as well. In fact, it'll probably be more like this here, right? And then we add our largest iteration here, guys, and that would be a take profit target of just about $3.25. So getting pretty close to that upper bound, right, guys? Now it's interesting because we kind of already observed a target like that just yesterday, and what that target is in fact your inverse head and shoulders, guys. So your inverse head and shoulders would actually be measured just like that from that neckline all the way down to the head. Apply it to your right hand shoulder here, right? And that is the target that you're getting towards that upside. So very interesting that we're getting both formations to rhyme with some targets up there as well, guys. So yeah, let's just go ahead and keep an open mind here and make sure to, risk only what we're willing to lose. But yeah, guys, if you want to know how to do this, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me, right, guys? I'm officially opening the doors now for the beginners charting and trading mentorship. Get in touch with me at arcmasterscourse@gmail. Make a difference for your career, guys, in your portfolio. You're going to be part of now over 300 master students that I've actually mentored myself. So this would be live with me, and I would be kind of guiding this thing. You also would have direct contact with me. Okay, guys. So should that be something that you'd be interested in, please make sure to get in touch with me at arcmasterscourse@gmail. And should it be that you purchase the algorithm, guys, make sure to send me an email at arcabulls@gmail.com, and that's BULLS, right, plural. Make sure to reach out to me there with your TradingView username and your proof of purchase, and I will absolutely, me or the team would absolutely start assigning your lifetime permission to that algorithm, guys, which, at one point it's probably not going to be available anymore. I already had discontinued it, but I have a lot of people asking, so screw it. We'll give it another round here, another few people, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, guys, so for now, let's just not guess the upside, guys. Let's just see if we can, maybe get through the Fed and see if we can't catch ourselves some of those targets to the upside there. It would be amazing. All right, guys, I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Throw those ATWs in the chat down there, guys. Thank you so much for always supporting and for always watching all these videos, guys. It makes a big difference for me, and it absolutely brings more attention, and it gets the algorithm to favor me and the Arca Bulls team here. So I love you all very much. Thank you very, 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 very much. Adios, team. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios, team. Oh yeah.